I only want you for your money. It's not because I think you're funny. These dollar bills, they keep me coming. I like the way you say you love me, but I only want you for your money.
Hey guys, welcome back to Kell Tells. I am Kell, and today I will be reviewing Netflix Velvet Buzzsaw. Here's the trailer.
Critique is so limiting and emotionally draining. I'm hoping you find something to explain what's happening.
Which one's better, 1 or 2? Better, worse, no different.
No different.
I'm quite curious to know what you think.
I think sober hasn't been good for him.
Pierce was in the full bloom of alcoholism here.
Exactly.
Never should have quit drinking.
No originality. No courage. My opinion.
I can't save you.
I found something.
Who did these? They're mesmeric.
A guy upstairs, he died.
And you just took them.
He had no family or friends. I can make you rich.
It's brilliant.
Demand has people ready to kill.
Have you ever heard of an artisan ventral D's?
No, not in our records, and we have everyone.
The artist used blood to create the reddish blacks.
You ever notice anything about this painting? You look at it long enough, it moves.
As I research these, I'm starting to think there's a disgust for the world of money.
We spent decades in a psychiatric hospital for the criminally insane.
There is some sort of power. Some spirit. It's connected to his art. Something truly goddamn strange is going on!
This is a slaughterhouse.
Are you aware that Dee's asked that all his art be destroyed?
Get rid of it. Box it all.
I can't save you.
People thought she was part of an exhibit. We're trending on Instagram. It's a major hit.
Okay, so this movie was released by Netflix, so you can find it on Netflix right now. It was originally released at Sundance on January 27th, but on February 1st, they released it on Netflix for everybody to see. The movie is just below 2 hours. It's running about 1 hour and 53 minutes. The budget for this movie is $21 million. Because of the thriller aspect of it, I guess there was some CGI, but I feel like most of it was, to paying the actors, because the CGI was quite minimal, actually, in this thriller movie. This movie was written and directed by Dan Gilroy, who also wrote and directed Nightcrawler, which is one of my favorite movies, also starring Jake Gyllenhaal. And fun fact, Dan Gilroy is also married to Renee Russo, who's also in this movie. So, fun fact. This movie is a satirical thriller, and it's not really satire on thriller, but it's more satire in a different way, which I'll get into later. However, let's talk about these Rotten Tomato scores. All right, so the critics give it a 67%, and the audience gives it a 41%. That is really bad. However, I like the movie, and I'll get into why later. But let's go through this cast here. Let's see here. Of course, it's starring Jake Gyllenhaal, who did an excellent job. You have Renee Russo, Toni Collette, Zawe Ashton. I haven't seen her in anything, but she did a pretty good job in this movie. Let's see here. Tom Sturridge, Natalie Dyer from Stranger Things, Daveed Diggs, he's coming up. Yeah, the only thing I've seen him in, it was Blackish. He plays Bo's brother, but he's been in some other things, and I hear he's doing very well. Billy Magnuson, he's also up and coming, and of course, the incomparable John Malkovich was in this movie. The film synopsis: after paintings by an unknown artist are discovered, a supernatural force enacts revenge on those who have allowed their greed to get in the way of art. And that's basically what the synopsis of it is. And so let's go ahead and get into my opinion on this film and why I liked it. All right, so in my opinion, as far as a thriller or horror, because I mean, what the movie is about is basically you have all these people in this art field, and they're all about money, 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 money. And this one girl, finds one of her neighbors dies, and she finds all this art in his apartment, and she decides that she wants to take the art and sell the art herself. And so for somehow, some way, some reason, the art comes alive and starts killing people. So it's not scary per se, but it does have a pretty cool thriller aspect to it. The movie was very entertaining in my opinion. The satire part was on the actual art world. And most of the characters are basically caricatures of people that you would see in the art world, but they're not over the top or anything like that. I don't think they're unbelievable, but they are basically the worst of the worst. But the movie does condemn the commercialization of the art world versus appreciating art for art. Basically, all of the characters in there are pretty much assholes, and they're all trying to figure out how to make more money, how to sabotage other people, how to undercut other people, and all they care about is money, 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 money. All right, so of course Jake Gyllenhaal was in it, and he was great. He's a great character actor. He seemed comfortable in his character. Zawe Ashton, like I said, she was unsettling. She was very high strung. And I guess she was playing that character that was high strung. It was believable she was high strung, but she just got under my skin. I did not like her at all. And then everybody else was kind of just playing their part in the movie. Nobody else really stood out. And, of course, John Malkovich was just being John Malkovich. You don't hire John Malkovich to get something else. You hire John Malkovich to be John Malkovich. So he was John Malkovich playing an artist in this movie. But he was good. I enjoyed him. I didn't hate him or anything like that. He was really good. The thriller aspect of it, I do appreciate this different kind of thriller that they put together. However, I feel like the movie focused heavily on the satire part, the commercialization of art part, and not as much on the, telling the thriller story. So we find out like this artist, he had like this troubled life and everything like that, and he made these paintings, and as I said in the trailer, he put like blood in his paintings, and for some reason that caused some kind of spirit into art. And the funny thing that you find out is not just his art that's capable of killing people, it's all art. Anybody that comes in contact with his art, it's like a disease or something that affects all art around them, and any piece of art can kill these people, not just his art. And I really wish they would have elaborated on that more to kind of tell you exactly why or how that happened, because you're left with a lot of questions. Like, okay, they show Jake Gyllenhaal's character kind of like researching, trying to figure out who this guy is and where he came from, but really nothing comes of that. Like he does his research and he like basically hits a dead end and he's like, okay, we're done. So I really wish they would have delved more into that aspect of the movie versus, you know, the character pieces on these basically assholes throughout the movie. But, you know, I did enjoy it. It was fun. It was funny. It was entertaining and I enjoyed the ride. I just wish there was more. As far as a sequel for this, at the end of the movie, they kind of, and this is slight spoiler, I guess, I don't know. At the end of the movie, they show that this artist, the guy whose spirit is in the art, his art is being sold on the street for like $5 a pop. And so it hints to maybe there could be a sequel, somebody else can get it, and then, you know, it can turn into a whole thing. I would rather not watch a sequel unless they're going to delve more into his past. I would see it then. Or if they did like a prequel, I would like to see that. But like if they're going to do another movie, like really tell how and why his art has this effect on people. And that I think that would be a good second half or second movie for this. But other than that, if they're not going to delve into that, I would just say leave it alone, leave it what it is. I enjoyed the ride and I'm done with it basically. So my rating for this movie, it is a 4 out of 5. It was very entertaining. I did enjoy it. I enjoyed the ride from beginning to end. The only reason why, you know, it's not a perfect score is because it was missing that, you know, the explanation of what was going on, which I would really enjoyed if it would have had that in there. But for me, it was an enjoyable movie. So if you haven't watched it yet, it's on Netflix. Go ahead and check it out and see what you think of it. And that's the review. So if you want, you can go ahead and like or not if you want, please go ahead and like my Facebook page or leave a comment at facebook.com/Kell Tells Pod. You can also follow and tweet at me on Twitter at Kell Tells Pod. I'm also available. You can also available to listen to this podcast on Spotify. I am still working on getting the iTunes link fixed. But if you like the show, please subscribe to get the new episodes when they drop. You can also share it out to get more people listening. Whenever I post the episode on my Facebook page, it's also always a link to the actual podbean.com site. So if for some reason you're an Apple user and you can't find it on iTunes, you can always go there or you can listen to it on Spotify. All right. So, thank you for listening to this episode of Kell Tells. Oh, by the way, I do have something coming for the Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is starting on April 14th, and I'm starting my rewatch tomorrow. So I will announce that later, what I'm going to be doing with that. But look forward for that, and see you later. All right, bye.